There's an accident on the freeway that has your body in just 12 days.
It's your effort. Just call now and we'll ship you our paperwork.
That's right. 2 massive explosions just lowest our heart. Well, guess what? Also raises the levels of which in turn not having to have a test to make your body levels of chemicals
There are 3 suspects now wanted. No one seems to have predicted this, so it's hard to know where it's heading. Chances are that in the corner of that Vemma,
It's time to take back control of your mind so that you can take back your life. What controls your attention controls your life.
For an ambitious entrepreneur, this is your time of greatest opportunity.
The national economy, what's going on in world affairs, does not have to become your personal reality.
Let others lead small lives, but not you. Have it be said of you that you did the best you could with what you had. Now is the time to do something different. No matter what your past has been, you have a spotless future. I'm telling you, the beliefs that you have about your potential, the beliefs of what you can and can't do, what you're good at and not good at, are made up.
My challenge to you is this: make now your turning point. This moment. What you have accomplished so far is only a fraction of what's truly possible for you. You are far more powerful, capable, and gifted than you allow yourself to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage publisher and founding editor of Success Magazine, Darren Hardy.
Hello, my Vemma friends. I'm recording this quick little video because I'm really disturbed about something, and I hope that you can help me do something about this. So this past weekend, I went to a graduation ceremony of a second cousin of mine, and I asked her, after she graduated and went through the ceremony, how she felt now that she's graduated and she has her whole future ahead of her. She said she feels terrified. She's graduating with a communications degree and has accumulated over $40,000 in student debt. She says she has friends who graduated with the same degree 2 years ago and still haven't found a job. You see, her dad is deceased and her mom is in no position to help her. So she told me, with her eyes welling up, that now that she's out of school and she's having to face the real world, she's petrified and she's not sure what she's going to do. It broke my heart when I looked into her frightened eyes. This should be the most joyous, exciting, and hopeful day of her whole life, and she was anything but joyous, excited, or hopeful. So I went home and I started browsing around the internet looking for these statistics that she mentioned. I finally found the report that most of the news articles had been referencing in their headlines. It's a comprehensive report compiled by Rutgers University. I printed it and I have it right here in my hand. I want to read you some of the statistics out of this report and see if it doesn't frighten you a little bit as well. So right now, there are 6 million unemployed or underemployed graduates from college. That means 49% of those that have graduated from college are unemployed. 6 million people. There's a little asterisk here that the self-employed are not even accounted for. See that little asterisk? That's where you want to be. The average income of a college graduate that is employed, not counting the unemployed, is $28,000 a year. $28,000 a year, not a month, a year. And the Economic Policy Institute class of 13 says that they will earn less money in the next 10 to 15 years than previous graduates did the last 20 years. Can you imagine graduating college, spending all that money, and then earning less the next 10 to 15 years of your life than graduates did the past 20 years. Let me read you some other statistics here. These are expectations and realities that graduates are having to face. They're earning a lot less. They are accepting jobs outside of their field of interest. They're working less favorable hours. They're having to move to another community. They have to take a job without health care benefits. They're having to accept a temporary job. And there's a new report out by McKinsey & Company that says half of recent graduates, that's 17 million people, are working in a job that doesn't even require a college degree. They're having to take jobs as waiters, busboys, cashiers, and there are even PhD graduates that are driving taxi cabs. All this after, this last statistic, they're graduating with up to $20,000 to $100,000 in debt after graduating college. Look, we got to do something about this. This is a huge problem, and you have the solution. This means that this is a huge opportunity for you. You couldn't be better positioned than you are right now. There are over 6 million previous graduates that need a lifeline thrown to them. Someone to come along and show them a real opportunity. Not a job that pays less and punishes more than it has in the last 20 years, but an opportunity to do something and be a part of something extraordinary. And over the next few weeks, another 1.8 million new graduates will hit the streets in debt and with poor options and little hope about their future. Hey, if you are the YPR, the Young People's Revolution, then it's time to step up and seize the moment, take the lead, and help a lot of people in the process. That is why here at Success, we're helping put on this Verve Leadership Academy. We want to equip you with the tools and the leadership skills needed to build huge teams that can generate unbelievable incomes for those involved. Look, I'm not just blowing smoke up your back end here. I've been where you're at right now. I've been on the other side of this video. I made my first $1 million when I was 24 years old. How? In networking, in your industry. And I didn't have all this incredible timing and support resources that you have. How did I do it, you ask? Let me give you my secret. I showed up. I sought the knowledge, training, and development that I needed to succeed. And then guess what happened? I did. That's what I want for you, success. And I want you to help a lot of other people find success in the process too. Here's what I don't want for you, regret. 20 years from now, you're going to look back at this moment and either say, I'm glad I showed up, or I could have, I should have, but I didn't. Thus, I missed it. I was right there in the right spot with the right company and the right opportunity at the right time, but I didn't step up and show up. So it passed me by. I missed it. Now is the time to learn what it takes for you to seize your moment and help a lot of other young people in the process. I hope you do.
You will remember this weekend, because this is the weekend that Verve bowled. Ladies and gentlemen, your future just got a whole lot bolder.
I need you to get this. The concept is really quite simple. Here at Vemma, we provide you innovative wellness products that are specifically designed to make you feel healthier, to make you feel happier. And when you do something as natural as just share those results with the people that you care about, you're able to participate in a pool of money that would normally be spent on Madison Avenue, but we want to invest it in you.
Revolution. What does the word really mean? To change, to improve, to fight back, to move onward, upward. It means all of those things and more. It means to face your fears, to get rid of doubt, to take on a challenge that silently terrifies you if for no other reason than you need to overcome it. It means to join with others for a cause, changing the world in what little way you can. Because when you find the power to make that kind of change, you're creating a revolution.
After being in something like this, you don't want to ever do anything else because you just realize what true freedom is.
We do want to make a difference. We want to reach others with a story and a message that you can do this. You can change your life.
The lesson that we have learned through this business is make choices based on your heart. Make choices on things that you're passionate about, and make choices on things that get you excited.
Vemma's offered us not only financial freedom, but something so valuable, which is time freedom. You can meet people that make a lot of money, but they have no time to enjoy the activities of life.
You know, it's crazy how you can walk into a store, you never have to look at a price tag. It's crazy how you can go fly wherever you want to fly to. It's crazy that you can, you know, help retire, you know, your parents early, and really you can do whatever you want.
You have options in life. You have the ability to choose the way you live it.
You know, they say success leaves clues, and I like empowering young people to be able to control their own situation.
I think if you really understand network marketing, you realize that what we do is important. We do important work. We change people's lives.
So the one thing that Vemma has taught us is no matter what situation you're in, how bad do you want the change? How bad do you want to change the situation you're in?
So ask yourself, are you ready for the change? Are you ready to do something different today? Something that may have the potential to change your entire future? Are you ready to take life in a new direction, reaching higher and farther than you ever have before? Because if you are, Vemma will be there with you every step of the way.
You know, you guys are the revolution, and when I talked to BK, I mean, I had no idea how big it was. So congratulations, you guys are in the right spot, the right organization, and really congratulations. I can honestly say to you, because I've known BK for years, I've watched him kind of grow up a lot, you know, because all entrepreneurs go up and down and all this, and I've had my share of ups and downs. But I've watched him mature, become a great entrepreneur, great businessman, great leader, but this is a home run. You're in the right place, at the right time, with the right organization, so congratulations. So I would go and listen to my rich dad at age 9, and he began teaching me why the rich get richer. That was my only question as a kid. I wasn't really that interested in money, but I was just kind of curious. You know, how come some people are rich, and why are most people poor? That was a simple question. And every time I asked my school teacher, I said, "Hey, what are we going to learn about money?" And the teacher would say, "Never." So, well, why am I in school? You know, they said, well, all you have to do is go to school, get good what? Grades. And you'll get a good job. And you can work and die. We must have gone to the same school, you know. So I'm going to talk about where you guys are at, or where we're all at today. My second book was a book called The Cash Flow Quadrant. Anybody have a chance to read that one? I think it's possibly my most important book because it gives people a chance to figure out where they are. So when I was about 9 or 10 years old, my rich dad would just simply draw this diagram here, and he would say E, S, B, I. And what he was saying was that in the world of business, there are 4 different types of people. E stands for employee, S stands for small business, self-employed, or specialists like doctors and lawyers. B stands for big business, 500 employees or more. And I stands for investor. And when I talk about investor, I don't mean a passive investor. I don't mean one of these guys with a 401k full of junk. I'm talking about active investors. Most of these guys here are passive. So the reason where you're sitting today, for somebody who's maybe your first time been to an event like this, is that when you say to a child, go to school and get a job, they're being brainwashed or programmed to be an employee. So when I was 9 years old, and when I understood this, every time the teacher said to me, he says, Robert, because I was having trouble in school, here's my old man, the head of the school system, and I'm flunking out, having a bad time. He said, but Robert, you're flunking out. I said, yeah. You know what I flunked out on? Writing. And today my book has sold more books than most people will ever see. Anyway, so when I was 15, I flunked out because I couldn't write. So the teacher says to me, Robert, guess what? If you don't graduate, you won't get a job. I said, oh, that's good. Thank you. And then my mother, my poor mom, she comes up and says, Robert, please. She wanted me to become, my mother was a nurse, and she wanted me to become a doctor, medical doctor. I said, Mom, there's only one problem with me being a doctor. She goes, what's that? I said, S stands for smart. She says, you have a good point there. I guess you're not going to be a doctor. So the good news was that my rich dad was saying this is where life was found here anyway. So these are the 4 different types of people, business owners. I have hundreds of different companies, hundreds of different employees working for them, and I manage my own money. I invest myself. So all of you today are sitting here with the potential of making it here and here. And you're going to find out something that very few people ever know. Your school teachers will never tell you this stuff. So you'll find out some things why you sit in the best spot right here. And this is the reason you're in the best place. So what I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, in this young revolution here, you have a chance to come here and here. If you can make your money here and leverage it into this here, you'll be wealthier beyond your wildest dreams. Okay. So what I'm going to be talking about today is how not to fall into this trap. So how many people have friends who are still in school hoping to find a high-paying job? And what they are? Losers. You know what I mean? Is these guys here need a frickin' paycheck. They cannot survive without a paycheck or mommy and daddy's allowance. That's why they don't make it over here. So the challenge for all of you, you sit on the biggest opportunity possibly in a life. I mean, BK has produced one of the best companies I've ever seen. And if you F it up, it's not his fault. If you don't have the balls, testicles, So I'll be talking about, see, this is your job. I want to explain your job to you really simply. Your job is to convince these losers to come over here. How many people have had a hard time talking to these losers on this site? The problem is they still have visions of paychecks floating in their heads. They do not understand entrepreneurship. They can see a multi-million-dollar opportunity, but they don't see a paycheck. That's why they're hosed. Does that make sense, you guys here? Because they see the world from this side here. This side here, there's no paycheck. There's only extreme wealth and no taxes.
Maybe it's my fault. Maybe I led you to believe it was easy when it wasn't. Maybe it's my fault that you didn't see that failure gave me strength, that my pain was my motivation. Or maybe you're just making excuses.
What is success? Success is moving oneself towards a better understanding of what's important in life. Happiness is being grateful for what happens along the way. Whatever you choose, do it fully with a passion, like a child will do things.
United, there is little we cannot do in a host of cooperative ventures. Divided, there is little we can do.
Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary.
Move fast, take risks. It's okay to try big things. You're better off trying something and having it not work and then learning from that than having not done anything at all.
If you're going to try to be an individual or try to be different, you're going to go through 2 years and miss.
When you're doing the work you're meant to do, it feels right. And every day is a bonus, regardless of what you're getting paid. But having a lot of money does not automatically make you a successful person. What you want is money and meaning. If you really want to fly, just harness your power to your passion. Honor your calling. Everybody has one. Trust your heart, and success will come to you.
So we've got this machine, and we'll try and make use of it for good, and not just to have a machine. And the choice is, you know, where to draw the line.
If I'm a revolutionary, or we are revolutionaries, we're revolutionary artists.